Hey guys, in the wake of the collapse of two major US banks, so there's fallout. The president is trying to do damage control by telling depositors that their money is safe. So President Biden put out a statement this morning. He said the important question is how did these banks got to this position in the first place? So he wants a total accountability of those responsible for the closure of these two banks. A lot of people are really worried about their money being in any bank. So now people are pulling their money out of various banks, not only the banks that seem to be in trouble, but they're not even sure that even the secure banks are where their money should be right now in the wake of the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Now, Silicon Valley Bank now stands as the second largest bank failure in U.S. history after the 2008 collapse of Washington's Mutual Bank. Now, President Biden stressed that while customers' deposits are protected, no losses will be borne by the taxpayers. But what's so concerning is not only Silicon Valley Bank that was in failure and failed, but it also Signature Bank went into failure. So here we have two banks that collapsed at the same time. And so you cannot blame people for being so concerned over their money parked in other banks. But this kind of reminds us of what happened a couple of years back when all these banks failed as a result of the stock market crash. The stock market crash was a little bit different. The reason why the market crashed was because too many people had taken on loans they couldn't afford. Lenders relaxed their restrictions, their restrictive policies, lending more money for mortgages, getting people into homes they could not afford. And so there was a big market crash as a result, which trickled into other sectors of the economy. So these are some of the questions that people seem to have. So we have the failures of two banks, not only Silicon Valley Bank, but also Signature Bank, which had over 40 branches across the country. So the sudden closure of New York's Signature Bank by state regulators on Sunday underscore the urgency and extraordinary U.S. efforts to backstop the nation's banking system and quell mounting concerns among customers about the safety of their deposits. The administration is trying to calm folks that their money is safe. Like Silicon Valley Bank, roughly 90% of Signature's deposits are uninsured. So now President Biden is busy trying to get a program implemented to stop the hemorrhaging of these banks, the ones that are still afloat, because he does not want another situation of what happened years back when there was a collapse of all these banks and all the financial institutions were really in trouble. The country was in trouble. A lot of people were really wondering if America was even going to survive the collapse. So the president wanted everybody to know that we're not doing the same thing like we did before, bailing these banks out. So depositors, citizens are not going to be responsible for bailing these companies out this time around. In particular, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank that closed their doors. So now people don't have any trust in the banks. They don't look at the banks as being safe anymore because any day now they can fall out. The floor can fall out from under these banks. Then their deposit will be tied up. And although they're going to get their deposit back because the FDIC insures all accounts up to, I think, $250,000 per depositor. And then a different system is set up for monies over $250,000. But depositors do get their money back. YouTubers, drop it in the comment section. Were you affected by the closure of these two banks? Was your money tied up? Do you know of anyone who had their money tied into these two banks? But with these bank failures, there is a loss of trust when it comes to the customers and the relationship as it relates to the banking system. So as a result, a lot of people are selling their stocks because they're fearful. They don't know what's the next institution to be hit. So Silicon Valley Bank, as well as Signature Bank, are the latest institutions to close their doors. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Drop your comments. Let me know if you were affected. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.